So we're doing another episode of Ebix, and I'm going to allow him to introduce himself.
Okay, my name is Mark Chisholm. I'm the Executive Vice President of Surgical Life Jamaica Limited and the CEO of Surgical Life of the Cayman Islands.
How would you describe yourself, Mr. Chisholm?
Very simple, very humble, very motivated, and generally speaking, success is something that is important to me and my family. And my vision and my dream is always breaking the cycle of poverty in which I grew up.
Okay, so you grew up in poverty.
Yeah.
Tell me a little about that.
Oh, you mean the poverty?
Yeah.
Well, it was poverty in a space that was a great space. So when you talk about poverty, you can't let the environment determine who you are. You have to, even though it's a poor community. When I say poor, Arnette Gardens was a happy place, and you know, these days you hear people talking about mom and dad and whatever the case may be. Grew up in a household with 5 kids.
Where did you fall in with?
I was eldest son, but 2 bigger sisters,
Okay.
and no father. When I say no father, I mean you know of your father, but
Yeah.
you probably see your father 6 times because my father was overseas
Okay.
after I was born. So and so some of the environment was like a 1 bedroom, 5 kids on 1 bed. So I know for sleep. Nobody can sleep like me. I sleep very close to the bed and don't fall off. And in a way, it was really. I mean, you don't know every day what these days kids have a kind of program of entitlement where if your mom cook chicken, yes, I know it's not chicken you want to eat. In our daily meals, we never know what was being prepared, but when you come in from school, that is what is there, and you eat that or you don't eat.
Right.
In terms of like going to school, and your mother would say to you, well, look, I have 2 jobs because she was a secretary at a black factory and a partial cashier in the evenings.
Okay.
So she would say to you, I have 2 jobs and you have 1 job. Your 1 job is to go to school, so don't make me come at your job. Come look for you at your job. So you must make sure your job is done properly. So that's why I'm saying environment and the way in which those kind of mothers operated compared to what I'm seeing now is some of the challenges I have with the success of how difficult it will be. For some millennials, I don't mean all, some millennials to be successful because, in a way, in those environments, I mean, we used to get trouble at school, but you can't make your mother know.
Right.
But these days you have a kid who give trouble at school and the mother end up at school and attack the teacher.
Yeah.
So those are some of the things, and the child feel like it's a positive reaction to something that them do wrong.
Right.
So my environment was very so your mother was your mother and your father. I'll put it that way. And in a way, you can try and get away with some stuff, but it's a village who raised this. And no matter what you think you do, your mother would know by the evening come when she get home from work. And at that time, apart from who can beat you in the village, but everybody would tell her what you did. And sometimes you get a month worth of beating. If she never have the strength to beat you the first time, she end up beating you 5 times, something in the last month compared to this month, compared to next month. So, and then she give you a future beating too, just in case, because she figure to herself that you're going to do something else.
Okay. Do you have any insecurities?
No.
No?
No.
Did you have any insecurities?
I don't really think so. I think it was like going to Woolman's probably. You're one of the better footballers. You can play very well. Well respected, but a little kind of bad boy at the school. But at the end of the day, when evening comes and you finish training, and you see cars picking up your brethren, the man that will play with you, and you kind of say to yourself, then why somebody picked me up, because it was a social environment of a mix, a diverse group of people. Most of the boys at that time was from uptown. Now Wilmers is more open.
Yeah.
But a few people, probably two guys from Arnette Garden who got Wolmer's. Casey was more at the time, although a Casey man in the room, but Casey was more at the time more accepting. My father was a Casey man. Of diverse people, meaning Casey was viewed like Wolmer's, George's, and those schools were schools that mainly uptown kids went to. So when you come out of Arnette Garden and end up in Wolmer's, it was a big deal, but a big deal for the community.
Right.
But the struggles you had in trying to make yourself present in that environment came from some level of badness and came from some level of you take away yourself, you know what I mean? I'm saying take away yourself. Meaning, pick up or even until you leave before them man they get pick up. Because you don't want a man to say you not gonna pick up. So those were some of the but it was really an insecurity. So if that's what you call an insecurity, well, probably that's what it was at that time.
Okay. You said that you've always been driven, right? Was there a turning point for you when you said, this is what I want to do with my life?
The turning point always was there, you know, because me was probably one of the only brown youth in the community. I used to call him a red rental. I don't know why. But I think the turning point for me was because I could play football very well and some scholarships were made available overseas. But at the time, I was probably 18, 19 and 19, 20, around that age range. And I get a girl pregnant.
Okay.
Which is my first child.
Okay.
And my mother being the mother she is, whatever transcripts that I had, and she just wrote down and said, I'm telling you something now, me not going to raise my grand picnic. So you go raise that picnic yourself. And you can come here, the child, not the mother.
Not the mother.
Not the mother. You can carry the child come here now and then, but yeah, that is what. And so, in a way, she said to me, go look at work. And that's how I ended up here.
Okay.
Right?
So this was your first job?
Yeah, my only job. I've been here for 30 years. So, and of course, going through my mind at that time was, when I kind of see my mother work hard and, you know, you said to yourself, you know, I'm the biggest man in this house. I mean, it was like the man in the house as much as me at 13, 14. I mean, the man work. I mean, she carried a play. If she go and play with me or man, I mean, you got to play with her.
Right.
So my vision and my dream at the time was breaking the cycle of poverty. So I wanted to make sure my kids do not experience the things that I've experienced. But I always had some very strong, I call it requests, or strong kind of personality with respect to standing up for yourself and all of those things. So the first child, of course, my mother tear up the things and I end up getting a job here. And happy to say that child is now a doctor, a medical doctor. Yeah, man. And of course, so that's why my vision was this whole poverty in which I grew up.
When the young lady got pregnant, was it did it make you feel as if you failed?
Yeah, because at the end of the day, remember, you just want to go foreign.
Yeah.
At them time, there's not like now people can just fly. You want to go foreign every time.
That was a big deal.
Yeah, man, it was a big deal. But my mother different, totally different female. She said, no, I said work. Deal with that child.
Okay. Where did you start from at the company?
Started as a C clerk. And a C clerk is the lowest rung in the company at the time.
What's a C clerk?
Well, them don't exist anymore now. You have grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, grade 4, grade 5, grade 6, grade. But a C clerk was like, you used to have C clerk, B clerk, A clerk, supervisor, and different kind of, it was how them describe positions at that time. And it was when my mother said to me, you know, I'm going to find yourself a job. I applied to both. At the time it was telephone company in Jamaica, which transitioned to Lime, which is now Flow.
Yeah.
And applied to LOG at the time. But as a youngster, I was always a very different youngster. Not a fitting in youngster. I always stand out. Probably because I was only like a brown man. Gets quite a few black friends. I had a lot of black. So I always get in a trouble because I'm easy to identify. Right. So when anything go on, them identify me. So, but always a bright person. When I say bright, I mean I speak about myself, but always kind of have a smarts about you and how to make yourself, differentiate yourself. Not just by way of your color, but differentiate yourself by how you apply for your job and when you go in a room, you know, come for fit in, you come for stand out, those kind of things. You see people them do it normally, you know, but those kind of things to me was, so when me applied for the job here and I got the job, I remember after the first 2 weeks of work and then my paycheck was $800 a month. And it wasn't a month paycheck, it was, I think what, because remember, you know, you get a job but you don't have a clothes.
Yeah.
So my mother buy me 1 black pants and 3 white shirts. And every evening you have to wash over your shirt and rewear. Not them. You wear one from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And then you have to wash them Monday and Tuesday for Thursday, Friday.
Yeah.
And then Saturday you wash everything.
Yeah.
And my application, the lady who gave me the job, I think her name is Joyce Archibald. And she in a meeting she said, boy, I need to read this this application because this, and remember the time, because when I apply, and I'm mostly, when would I say to most of the youngsters now, we apply for a job, you can't just, your first sentence can't just be a year by apply for. Because 100 applications, I say,
like that, yeah.
a year by apply for. So my, up to now, them have mine upstairs. I'm going to get a copy of it the other day. You know, good afternoon, whatever, but I said, my enthusiasm has caused me to apply for a position in your organization. So in the start off with a sentence by saying my enthusiasm rather than
attention.
Yeah, and so you end up I get shortlist even though you're not a full 10 subject person.
Yeah.
You're probably 6 subject at the time. And so when she read not the job description, the application letter in the meeting, the first meeting that I was at, and at the end of the day, she said, at the end of the meeting, when she finished reading, she said, listen, you see this job description, this application, I'm telling you the guys, a star is born. I mean, I don't know why she said that, but she did. And within 2 weeks, I get promoted from a C clerk because I always come in a space and say I want to be different. So when people leave work, I reach work 7, I'm supposed to reach 8. When people leave work 5, I leave 7. I mean, I always end up with more work than most of the people in my around me. Right. Within 2 weeks, I get promoted to a B clerk. Within 3 months, I get promoted to a A clerk. Within 7 months, I get promoted, or a year, I get promoted to, I think, supervision. Not supervision, but a circulator on a supervision position. Me in charge of people who wasn't in the company before me.
Right.
Because I see different ways in which I owned my desk. In that the desk came like my business, when I run my business. And if I run a business, I say, how do I make this business efficient?
Right.
How do I make this business achieve the main objectives that are set and the main KPIs? I mean, I use these terms, not that I don't know these terms at that time. So those are some of the things that created the kind of rise that was there. Is the difficulty, not difficult, but hard work.
Right.
And when I was hovering around the supervisor position, remember one night, I normally work late. I used to use pencil, that before technology, and calculate what we call bonuses. At C clerk level, I used to bounce check reconciliation, meaning you reconcile. I'm really simply good at maths.
Right.
Well, efficient. And one night, I think this office right here is the office that vice president used to sit there.
Okay.
And I was across somewhere, I remember. And one night, a call came into the office about 1 o'clock, 1 a.m. I was at work. I calculated my bonuses. But I don't know why, but a person called and the person said, I don't know why that person could have 1 o'clock in the morning. I get up and I call the office. And I answer the phone. And the person said, who is this? Mr. Mark. Mr. Mark Chisholm. And the person was saying he needed some data. So I end up working, trying to get the data. And when I know the data about me to something, I leave the office in the morning about 4:35 and push the information on that door. And he said to me, next morning come and find the data, which is what he wanted. And called me and said, come here, I need to talk to you. I said, so I got to him and said, but why? I explained to him what I did. He said to me, leave the office today, and he called me back again. I said, man, a position is coming up in marketing for assistant manager. Apply for it. With 5 subjects. 6. Anyway, but at the time now, I said to myself, well, you know, me the assistant manager now, and me I do well. So you have to find ways in which you differentiate yourself. You can't just be like 900 people are the same thing, then people
Mhm.
look for different things. Whether it is relationships, whether it is what you bring to the table.
Right.
If you don't have nothing, you have to carry something come on the table, come put out.
Mhm.
Right.
Okay. During your transitional period, you moving from one post to another, of course, the income bracket would have increased along the way. Was it a case where you felt like as you moved to one position, you had to keep up with the Joneses?
No.
No.
Coming out of Jones.
How
Right.
did you manage moving from one stage to the next with
Put
your
it this
income
way.
bracket
First of
increasing?
all, remember, your vision at the time was
Mhm.
breaking the cycle of poverty.
Right.
So me never ever look at the Joneses as a boy, I need to dress as a particular way. Me dress myself every day because me want to look how me supposed to look, how me feel about myself. Me have a statement to say, look good, feel good, smell good.
Mhm.
And if you say you try to break the cycle of poverty, then what are the things that you are supposed to do? So when we get promoted assistant manager for marketing, think about it. I'm not a marketing person per se, but me always naturally is a marketing person.
Right.
So I'm stepping a UTech. And now I'm only doing it. I'm stepping a UTech and end up with a term with five A's. A course with 5 A's. I'm gonna pay the school fee yet, you understand? But me in school. So them ask me for the money. I say, boy, I'm gonna have it, But people don't understand all this money. They're school every day and pay well now. And I like know when you take I say, boy, you can't start.
I'll lock you to the
I
portal.
lock you out of the portal. No, we never have a portal in time.
Oh, yeah, we'll lock you to the store.
You can't get locked out of nothing because you have book and your friend and take notes and give.
Mhm.
Anyway, long and short of the story, so I leave there. But I was looking for a degree because I said to myself, so boy, in order to move along and step up, you have to start educate yourself
Right.
and become different. And meaning you can, as myself, what do you bring to the table?
Right.
So so at the time when I get not kick out, but I leave because I couldn't have the financial resources to manage it.
Right.
So I end up, but I'm playing and I apply for UA.
Okay.
Alright? So I'm going to UA, but you don't have the money same way either. But the point I make to people is that when you're in a position and you start look ahead of your time, and that's why I keep on saying to people, one of my favorite saying is that there's a reason why a rear view mirror in a car is small and the windscreen is large. Because what happened to you yesterday can't determine what will happen to you tomorrow. So me start to, step up and step up in many different ways. Sometimes I carry my notes come work and leave it from my desk and my boss. I look at it and my boss must say, "Oh, the man calculate them Pythagoras theorem formula, man." So them have a kind of it's how you manage yourself, how you deal with your growth and keep yourself focused.
So you're saying as your income bracket increase, you invested in yourself?
Yeah, man. I'm gonna keep up with the Joneses either. I'm gonna drive a ladder, carry me from point A to B. I probably drive a BMW now, but that no matter to me. Me will get a donkey car tomorrow morning. I come work same way.
Understood. Okay, another question, a popular question is that as your income bracket increase, how did you manage the attention from women?
You have to manage yourself. Attention from women is not your management. If you want the attention, you take it. If you don't want it, you don't take it.
So even living in the inner city and they're seeing that you're progressing.
At some point, I move out of the inner city.
Okay.
My mother kind of put me out of the house. But anyway, long and short, so I go back there every day.
Mm-hmm.
But as I said to you, when you go back in the inner city, you have some little girl, even now it happen. And them send little notes to you and them thing. But with them a focus, man, them see the car where you drive. Mm-hmm. And them see how you look. But the day you start to step out of your boundaries and stepping out for them boundaries, that are the day when you start losing kind of respect that them have for you. So I manage myself in such a way that I don't deal with anybody. And those are facts. And it have nothing to do with how much money that person I have. I have nothing to do with how much money them don't have. I have nothing to do with how much money me have. It have to do with, as I said, we bring to the table. I'm not talk to no girl unless they might try to go to school, they might try to keep themselves, they might try to become progressive people. Mm-hmm. You can't, boy, I don't know. And some men do it for whatever the reasons are. But me manage that easy management.
Easy management?
Yeah, easy management. It's not difficult for me to manage.
What's the most challenging thing about the position that you're in now?
Well, it's strategy and traveling. I remember me in Cayman sometimes and being at Jamaica. But strategy in that every day things change and the the client segment change, the sales process change, for example, and the leadership. And you have some kind of leaders, because you have legacy leaders, and you have people who still stuck in them ways as leaders.
When you say legacy leaders,
legacy mean them come from another 80s, 90s, and them a
Okay.
lead, right? But you have millennials in them space now, the millennials. But my kids are millennials, you know, so me love my kids because, as I said to you, them teach them father certain kind of technology where them father would know. They have 2 doctors and a lawyer, right? Which is the whole cycle of poverty when I tell us, I try to break.
Right.
So them kids don't have no them don't have no student loan, them don't have no, because me said to them, so the only thing I ask them to do is to give back to the community where me come from, because I try to create 50 and me there. So one of my daughter now, she work at Slyport, she's a senior doctor at Slyport clinic, comprehensive clinic. So you see,
You told them to give back to the community?
yeah, and every time I do something down there, I take them with me. Some of them see what them father grew up, because them never grew up there. So I make them kind of see what people, and they become appreciative. Rather than feeling entitled,
Yeah.
they become appreciative of what they have compared to what they see that the people have or don't have.
Right.
So the challenge is, as myself for me, is how you manage the 5 generations of the workplace. You have boomers, X's, Y's, millennials,
Yeah.
and then summer workers as Z, which is somewhere between 16 and 18. And how you manage them, how them dress, how them look. And sometimes you have to say to the legacy managers, we're not here as transactional leaders, meaning you do something for me, me do something for you. My leadership style is humility and transformational leader. I want to transform this person into a better person, a more rounded individual, than just a person where we are airing a nose ring or because them things don't bother me, you know.
Those things don't bother you?
No, it don't bother me, but the workplace have them own rules.
Right.
And time don't bother me either.
Okay.
You have jobs require that you have to be at 7, but like right now, me try implement what you call what we call home sourcing.
Right.
Which is a work from home policy which a company buy into. Where I say, why is it that we have the kind of technology that people can sit in their house and do their work and become more productive than if they come to the office space and get distracted by certain things? So some people will offer that particular strategy, which is home sourcing, and it gives them time to spend time with their husband, their wife. Some of them kids do things at school and them don't know. Some of them, when them have PEP, GSAT was the past one, and PEP, them don't get the time for even see what the child is doing. So, as I say, my vision is transforming lives and not necessarily just about Sagicor itself. More I know, I love my staff. More I know, more I know wrong, what go wrong, why. And I'm going to keep telling people, don't carry your issues come work.
True.
Fix your issues. And that's why I'm saying look good, feel good, smell good. Every morning I drive from work, I try to be a happy person. And if me, the other day, I was in a traffic, I see this husband and wife in a car, and then there's a stoplight in front of me. Husband I looks up, and wife I looks up. And the light go green, and because them now chat to them one another, them block the entire traffic, so them car, them problem come on the road. And when me pull up beside the man, I say, why don't you win? As if me I try to tell him, say, something I try to tell him, say, like when I'm tire puncher. And when I'm with them, I say, buy her a car or gear the car and take a bus. But don't stay in that space there, and then she car that go work and him car go work. And it disrupt the whole flow of a space that people need to be happy and then productive. And you transform them life. When them have them kids, you find out what your daughter, she good. Your kids
so
go
you believe
university.
in good energy and bad energy?
Yeah, man, I don't need bad energy. Any bad energy coming, negativity or something I don't work with.
Right.
I don't want it near me. If I see a face look away, I ask you, what's wrong with you? And if you feel like you can't tell me, then I say, boy, I don't know how you'll stay for the whole day still. Because I don't want, and then they end up a change. And some of them come sit down and tell me I have an open door policy to every single staff member, including the lady who cleaned my office, because she's just as important as even my vice president.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. How would you describe yourself in a relationship? How are you? What
In a
type of person are
relationship?
you?
Me's a door, but not very romantic. So I'm not buying no roses and them whole thing there.
Why?
Because I'm not very romantic. But I make sure I more act than, we talk nice thing everything, but I more act, means an action, I more act than generally you and go around you and buy it this and buy it that, because that can't help you. Because you can lose that. Material things that's as important as making sure that person they become a good person, develop that person, they progressive. I mean, it's not a bad question to ask, but sometimes me because me like my space. I'm sure women like them space, but men kind of have a feeling they say, yeah man, we alone like a space, she don't like our space, she don't like our space. And then I understand say, in the same way where we think, and the same way a woman think. There's no difference between the two. Hardly any difference between the two. And a woman will go around and talk to her friend them. Me's not a when me go home, I'm not a talker. I talk at work. When we go home, I'm very quiet.
Right.
So people probably if somebody understand it very well, they will understand the kind of person you are. But if something go wrong, me fix everything. If you ask my daughter, them say, boy, daddy, I fix it. So that's what me bring to my table. I don't know about the roses and the red and white thing and my kind of program.
How important do you think finances is in a relationship?
I think it is important, but it can't be the number one priority.
What would you consider number one?
Because what I consider number one is more taking care of the environment, which is the house, even if you don't have the kind of finances.
Right.
But if you cook some chicken back, make it look nicer than chicken back, and some dumpling look nicer than. You understand what I said to you? Is a way of create. That's why I said don't let the environment create who you are.
Right.
Create the environment for yourself, and that's why I said in an Arnette Garden where me grew up. My mother always kind of make sure we get the kind of best kind of meals, and when I say best, it can be chicken back,
But it tastes good.
But it and only tastes good. It look good how she share it, how she and me I said to you say that's why people don't understand. I keep saying to some of my brethren them, I said to them, boy, sometimes we kind of figure to ourselves, say, like me's not a house person. Me tidy up, if you have to tidy up, but I'm not tidy up the house. I clean up around the yard, I wash a car, anything outside of me do that. I do man work.
But you're not doing the inside work.
No, I'm do it if you're gonna foreign, I do it clean. I'm gonna cook, and if you study me cook for you, I make you eat it and whatever the case may be. But me is more an outside person. Me paint the entire house. But and that's why I'm saying to you, everybody have to understand, and that's why I'm saying you have to meet people who understand you and you can have an understanding of them. And as I say, when I go home, I talk long at work. But when I go home, you call me up on my phone, I don't want to talk to you for more than 3 minutes. If it's a problem issue, then you tell me it's a problem issue, so we talk for an hour.
Right.
But it's not a problem issue, you can't. I don't want to know exact details the entire day. I want to know if you did it all right. But I don't want to know you tell me say somebody pass your desk and they have a piece of shoes that drop off. That's my issue.
Okay. All right, my last question. I realize it's important for you to give back to your community, right? Going back, no. I don't know if you follow hip-hop culture. Or the rapper that died recently, Nipsey Hussle. Because he gave back to his community as well. A lot of persons are saying that if it is that they rise in terms of finances, they wouldn't go back because it's persons from your own community that will end up, bad mind you or take your life or something of the sort. Is it the same for you?
No, the possibility exists, but I'm not sure that opinion. It depends on what you do to the community.
Right.
I remember I see on Facebook something about this guy. Probably I don't know what I'm going to do. So I can't tell you what I'm give back. I don't know if I'm going to go buy a liquor. I don't know. My giving back is me adapt a park, which the park in the community, like a roundabout park. And my vision is I adapt it. People just used to leave it dirty. Some I keep a back to school thing down there, and I took it over. Every year I try to keep a back to school. Because to me education, I try to create 50 more of me.
Right.
And at a park, I'm gonna clean it up. I'm a vision is to create 5 gazebos for homework space, because a lot of the kids they say I fail. Them fail because them parents don't know how to even add 1 and 1 and 2. While them in the space I try to study, them parents have sex in the next room. And all of those things. So I'm trying to make them get out of that space that the negativity exists, or whatever you want to call it, positive. And consider a space where people can share information and have knowledge. Some gazebo vision is build gazebos, put up Wi-Fi and some solar lights. All of my brethren at this level, meaning my brethren at the CEO of the floor.
He's from Arnette Gardens as well?
No, man. But him named Price, Stephen Price. I had a brethren named Edward Gavin, him the chairman for Heart. So him say, all right, Mark, put together the proposal for the gazebo. Because what I'm going to do is, me get material and the teachers to come build the gazebo. But me need 20 little youth to show them how to build a gazebo, how to tile it, how to do that. And then when them finish, we certify them as tilers, carpenters.
Mm-hmm.
So you see, them think that is my way of giving back. My way of giving back is not just come down and come sit down and chat about football or every New Year's Eve or something you go.
Every New Year's Eve?
Yeah, whether you're female and you want to come here, don't want to come here, stay over there. Me buy you 2 tickets and you go Pegasus and carry wherever you want. I'm not fluid. And when we go down there, we talk positive values about how to build on yourself. Because I'm used to bad too, like a couple of them you, and probably some of them never bad like me either. I used to get myself in trouble. I'm easily identifiable. You understand what I said here?
What was the nickname again?
They used to call me Teddy, Red Rental, Bucky Elias. Them call me different.
Okay.
So different kind of people call me different. Yeah. But the point I'm making is that so I'm gonna know why somebody could shoot him. So I'm gonna know if in there probably about set up you to him grow up with him, probably give them money and then buy a gun. I'm not give money just so. Me will say to you, carry that book, let's go. I'm going to buy the book them for or carry the school voucher. Me will go for the school, pay the school fee. I'm not on the 30,000, I'm not on the 150,000. Because that don't help. Because the day I'm on you that, you find a way to cream off someone buy some shot. Or cream off someone give a man and say, carry some gun come. So I know my kind of program. My kind of program very different. And once some youth reach over 20, 25, I start deal with the next generation. I not deal with them because them gone down a road unsafeable. And the generation come. Some of them are for them kids. But I try to help.
Right.
So that's my vision. I mean, I don't know if, as I said, I don't know where this rapper people, I say a lot of people jump up behind him and candlelight sermon. But I say everybody must know what could have created that.
Okay. But you say you don't experience bad mind in your community.
Bad man?
Bad mind. Persons envious of the position you're in.
Yeah, but it's because I wasn't a normal individual. In that time, there's nobody now just step to me just so. I mean, because them know. So, yeah, you probably have 1 or 2 people, because people want, since when the park was there, nobody never want to do nothing with it. Now it fixed, somebody come to me, why they want to keep a fish frying there, they want to keep a dance. I'm say, no. And then go to the politician, and the politician say, probably you can't keep it. I'm tell the politician, I say, well, not the MP, but the people in a politics circle. I said to them, say, no. I say, if I doesn't make no from now, if you keep over there, back to school thing done, the gazebo thing done, they sound pick on the pies. Pick which pies you want. So funny enough, nothing wasn't kept. So it is still there. I'm gonna pay every week, every 3 weeks, I'm gonna pay somebody to keep it clean. So somebody earn income from me, plus me plan to develop something where build. Cause them not understand, say you try to build some little youth where when them little youth, you know much man go far now when them come back, them not even end up back down there because them say to themselves, well, I'm not walking at that place there now. But me think it's a place, and believe it or not, whether I like it yes or no, Trenchtown, Tivoli, Southside and those places, Jamaica the only place where land development is so close to the seaside.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a cheap space. Anywhere to travel in the world, anywhere near the seaside, you can't buy it.
Right.
So then people need to kind of body enough to sell them the idea. To say, don't run left this place because I want to build this place and develop this place because the place that can be the Manhattan of Jamaica.
Right.
So until them start to kind of create a kind of focus there and the eyelash and the bleach out face and whole a wig and whole a hair where you buy. None of them girls can ask me to pay nothing for them daughter. If you can buy a wig and buy an eyelash and bleach for your face, then you will look after your daughter. That means you have money for it.
Alright, last thing. What would you say to somebody that is coming up? Somebody that is driven like you, but might not have the same foundation that you have, or because things and times have changed. Some things have gotten a little bit more difficult. And then the millennials as well, as you say, I watched Simon Sinek. He said in one of his interviews that the millennials we failed them. The generation before failed them.
Yeah.
An example he gave was this. If your child goes to a sports day, for example, and it's first, second, and third, and the child come fourth, you shouldn't give them a trophy. You're setting them up for failure. Because when they go out in the real world, nobody's going to give them a trophy for failing.
I agree with him.
All right.
My name's Simon, but I watch a thing. I'm watching him too, I'm watching for more than one reason. But I'll tell you why. Alright, you see my kids? When we do my masters, I think it was 21 courses. I will come out to that distinction. Regular get would come out to that distinction. Probably top couple of classes. I think it's 17 A's and 3 B pluses. Right? To that distinction. I think that are the life important lessons, which was one of the, if you do research, you'll have seen that, right? And me print a copy of my results. When I finish writing, I'm gonna give every one of my kids them a copy. Remember, I'm telling my mother, she have 2 jobs, I only have 1, which is school.
Right.
I'm saying to them, look here. This a phone work when I'm a student loan and every one of them bright. One of them feel, and them are bright like me, you know, like them mother probably bright. And me said to them, one of them feel a subject one, and the girl was crying when she come home, she had cried. But she cried for a reason. Remember she could have come home and not even business that she feel a subject because she know her father will pay the school fee again.
Right.
But she know that when me keep saying to them, because them watch me on profile too, you know, and me say me I try break the cycle of poverty. I'm tell Ian Bowen, I say me I get 2 lawyers and a doctor in Jamaica. And that is what I achieve already. And then I have my son and the other one and the other one. Point I'm making is we have to ensure that it is not just about failure, but what discourse you have after a child come forth. What is the discourse? How you discuss it? I said to my daughter and she failed the exam. I said, so we have to fix it. What you doing? Well, daddy, you know, we can do it over the summer. It will cost 23,000. I said, well, at least you give me a good answer. You do it over the summer because you don't carry it over next year with you. And she did this and she passed. She get an A in the summer. Simple thing. If me said to her, okay, well, you know, all right, I'm still buy the car for you and, you know, and that's how we work. We don't work like that. And I operate the same way in this workspace. Recognition, recognize people, I tell them, man, talk to everybody when them down, I ask them one to them for no reason. Right. I shouldn't say for no reason, for a reason, because I can sit through people in a particular way. So as I said, I'm a transformational leader. That I might view myself, both transforming the business and human capital within the business itself. And not just a transform the business. If you're transforming the business alone, they are transactioning. Mm-hmm. And that's why I said the turning point of leadership. And that's why I said sometimes, even some of the leaders that I have, me have to try and help transform them so them learn how to transform people.
Okay. Well, thank you, Mr. Chisholm. It was a good interview. Thank you. Yes, okay. It was good. Thank you.
Okay.